8. The best place to do business in the world. Singapore retains its position as the world's best business environment for 16 consecutive years and will remain the best performing place for the next 5 years. Behind Singapore are Denmark and the US, which took the second and third spots respectively in the Economist Intelligence Unit's EIU annual rankings. Singapore will remain the best geography in the world to do business, as it has for the past 16 years. EIU's country forecast manager and Europe analyst, Priyanthi Roy, told CNBC. Factors driving the Southeast Asian nation's place as a premier business destination is its political stability and the government's focus on helping domestic private sector companies upgrade technologically, she said. The EIU considers a series of categories to assess how a territory has been managed in the previous 5 years and how it will perform over the next 5 years. It found that Singapore had perfect scores in the areas of policy towards foreign investment and foreign trade and exchange controls. It was also the highest scoring country in terms of technological readiness, a sign of government policies to develop technology infrastructure and the startup ecosystem. The government is also a pioneer in rolling out high-technology solutions throughout public services, the EIU added. Singapore's score on tax remains stable, but the EIU noted that major changes are in the offing. These include higher indirect taxes and an increase in levies imposed on high-income people and luxury goods consumers in the next few years, while the start of significant rises in carbon taxes later this decade will also have an impact. Nine, the most expensive city in the world. Singapore maintained its spot as the most expensive city in the world by the Economist Intelligence Unit, EIU, for the past 5 years and tying with Zurich in 2023. This is the 9th time in the last 11 years that Singapore has remained for many years about the most expensive cost of living in the world due to high prices in many categories. First, the cost of owning a car is very high. Here, a car is more than just a tool. It's an expensive treasure to be cherished. This status symbol is now set to become an even more extravagant commodity as the government shifts its attention towards engineering a car-light country. The government already regulates the total number of cars in the tiny city-state by issuing limited numbers of permits, known as Certificates of Entitlement, COE. Singapore is a small city-state with limited resources, with only 1% of land available for food production, and over 90% of food is imported, especially fresh food, and therefore has higher prices. The increase in domestic population and the influx of foreigners further, while the small area, space limitations, and government ownership are said to be the top reasons why augmented the demand for rental properties, intensifying the upward pressure on prices and living costs here are always high level. Not only that, the cost of owning and using a car in Singapore is also among the highest in the world. Oh, and since alcohol is also heavily taxed, it can be quite expensive to hang out. 10. The largest infinity pool in the world. Among high-class hotels in Singapore, Marina Bay Sands is a symbol of luxury and high-class services, international in the tourism industry, not difficult to find because of its extremely massive scale and extremely unique design. Since opening in 2010, it has been the most Instagrammed hotel in the world. Marina Bay Sands is not just a hotel and resort complex, but also a paradise of entertainment and shopping. Known as a city within a city, it stands as one of Singapore's most impressive architectural marvels. Located in a prime location right on the shore of Marina Bay, the resort was built on an area of nearly 16 hectares with a total investment cost of more than 5.5 billion USD. With 3 5-star hotel towers, a convention center, a casino, an art museum, an aquarium, an IMAX theater, an ice skating rink, a rooftop garden, and the Sky Park on the 57th floor of the main tower, this complex is a diverse ecosystem of luxury and experience. The main tower, standing at 256 meters tall, is the 3rd tallest building in Singapore. The Sky Park on the 57th floor is a highlight with its expansive 12,300 rooftop garden, offering panoramic views of Marina Bay. Notably, the Infinity Pool, a 150-meter-long infinity pool located at the top of the main tower, captures the attention of visitors and is one of the most famous infinity pools in the world. Even though it has more 2,500 rooms, it achieves an occupancy rate approaching 99%, despite charging a fortune for its rooms. That's quite an impressive achievement. To meet unmet demand, the new development will include a fourth hotel tower, adding 1,000 luxury suites to the current inventory of 2,161 rooms and suites, a 15,000-seat entertainment arena, as well as additional MICE space, which is located immediately adjacent to the existing property. Although the prices here are very high, with room types such as the presidential suite costing $17,000 to $20,000 per night, and other services are equally expensive. Despite this, Marina Bay Sands, as a popular tourist destination, still attracts millions of visitors each year, offering them a unique experience ranging from luxurious accommodation, vibrant entertainment, to exploring new and exciting things. 11. Singapore tops list cities with the highest percentages of millionaires. The United States may have the most millionaires, but Singapore has the highest percentage. 1 out of every 6 households has at least $1 million. With its exceptional lifestyle, high-tech environment, and lush greenery, Singapore is more than ever the gateway to luxury in Asia. Louis Vuitton has just inaugurated its brand new physical boutique concept, dedicated to the wealthiest 1% of people attracted by this first-class shopping destination. Singapore is now ahead of London in the number of resident millionaires. The Little Switzerland of Asia is now in 4th place worldwide, according to the latest study by Henley & Partners. According to the investment migration consultant's 2024 World's Wealthiest Cities report, 3,400 high-net-worth individuals, HNWIs, moved to Singapore in 2023 alone, and the city now boasts 244,800 resident millionaires, 336 centimillionaires, and 30 billionaires. This follows an impressive 64% increase in millionaires over the past 10 years from 2013 to 2023, with Singapore looking set to unseat Tokyo as Asia's wealthiest city very soon. Why are there so many millionaires in Singapore? Or why are rich migrating to Singapore? This question isn't easy to answer, but I believe the government has more information. So, the following is my own take. All along, Singapore has been a country with extremely limited land and very few natural resources to rely on. One of the main reasons why it has become so successful and rich is because of its deliberate actions to drive up the economy, which in turn have created prosperity for the people living in it. The top drawing factors for ultra-rich individuals to migrate to Singapore are: Singapore was primed to attract multinational companies, MNCs, and wealthy people from all around the world with many enticing benefits, such as being business-friendly, having low tax rates, having a politically stable environment, economic stability, modern infrastructure, a pro-business environment, a strong legal system, being free of natural disasters, a higher standard of living, and an advanced healthcare system, among others. Singapore is also the first preference for several HNIs in other parts of Asia, as they provide a reliable infrastructure for wealth preservation. Furthermore, Singapore is a preferred choice for digital entrepreneurs and family offices, owing to its easy access to world-class financial advisors. This has resulted in more jobs and wealth within the country and prosperity for its citizens. Besides, Singapore's strategic geographical location acts as the gateway to cities in the Asia-Pacific, making it an even more attractive destination for many. This has also led to a concentration of wealth and a growing ultra-rich population in Singapore. As a result, more and more people are keen to explore the abundant opportunities present in this island country. 12. The highest paid government leader in the world, Singapore's Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, has the most lucrative compensation package of any national leader, with annual salary of $1.6 million, USD, and several bonuses, list published by 24/7 Wall Street in 2019. According to USA Today, his salary is 20 times higher than Singapore's per capita. GDP is USD 86,810, and his income is 12 times higher than that of Russian President Vladimir Putin. What benefits does such a high salary bring to Singaporeans? They know one thing for sure: no one can bribe their leader. Such high salary can be partly explained because the cost of living in Singapore is among the highest in the world and is the country with the least corruption. One of the greenest cities in the world. Singapore is one of the top cities in the Green City Index, prioritizing sustainability in integrated planning, high-density development, and conservation of green areas after acquiring independence in 1965. Singapore is often called the Garden City due to its large presence of parks and green spaces. Singapore is clean because of strict policies in place to ensure that the city remains that way. Here are some ways Singapore keeps the streets clean. In Singapore, due to the small land area and high population density, when constructing high-rise buildings, it is required to increase the green area. This city of skyscrapers is also one that is filled with lush greenery. Nearly half of Singapore's land area, approximately 700 square kilometers, is under green cover. Beyond numerous parks and gardens, there are pockets of undiscovered plant life housed in the most unusual of places. For example, Park Royal Collection Pickering is known for its hotel in a garden concept and its 4-story cascading vertical garden. Park Royal Hotel, a platinum-rated green building in Singapore, appreciated for its water-saving design. Littering in Singapore is an offense carrying a substantial fine or even imprisonment. You're not allowed to litter any kind of food packaging or containers, and they also banned chewing gum. Spitting in public is an offense that could land you a hefty fine. Smoking is prohibited in all public buses, trains, and taxis. The city has also invested heavily in a workforce of cleaning and sanitation workers who patrol the city 24/7. The city's cleanliness is a source of national pride, and they encourage everyone to take an active role in maintaining it. By designing green streets, green apartments, green corridors, even bridge bases are covered with green vines. Plants are on the building's facade, interiors, rooftop, and as well as on the exterior of the building. The city-state contains large areas of tropical natural reserves and botanical garden, and strives to become the greenest city in the world. 14. Top safest countries in the world. Singapore is always in the top of the favorite countries in the hearts of tourists. This country creates a special impression, not only by its beauty and clean living environment, but also as one of the safe destinations. Most in the world, according to The Economist's intelligence unit. Besides, Singapore comes top of the list in the 2022 Safety Perceptions Index, plus ranks in the top 10 most peaceful countries, according to the 2022 Global Peace Index. Not only that, Singapore is also rated by the intelligence unit as one of the safest destinations in the world, with the Personal Safety Index always among the top in the world. Singapore is safe because its citizens live under strict laws and regulations, with severe penalties for non-compliance. Security is enforced extremely strictly, and high technology is applied for strict surveillance. The Lion City is known worldwide as a safe destination for travelers. It has efficient law enforcement and high conviction rates, and some of the lowest crime and murder rates in Asia. In Singapore, police will wear civilian clothes, plain clothes, instead of police uniforms. Therefore, Singaporeans always voluntarily and strictly comply with the laws and regulations. Most tourists coming here feel secure about the security situation in Singapore. They can comfortably shop without fear of theft. In addition, Singapore is also one of the leading countries in using high-tech equipment to support police forces, and police in completing their tasks well. 15. Top best airports in the world. When you think of the word airport, what comes to mind? Long queues, expensive shops, and stressed-out travelers. Changi International Airport, Singapore, is always voted as one of the best airports in the world, in all polls, probe, and especially the World Airport Awards survey results announced by Skytrax. Since 2012 until now, Changi Airport has won over 600 awards to date, including 11 times for World's Best Airport, the Best Airport Staff in Asia, and the Best Airport in the World in the TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Awards. Why? Because of the stunning design, level of comfort, and facilities available to the public. There's no time for boredom here, with a children's play area, cinema, and game console stations all available for free. There's also a tropical rainforest vivarium, water lily garden, and giant waterfalls for those looking for a more chilled experience. Changi Airport is considered a high-end resort with outdoor promenades with beautiful natural landscapes, swimming pools, cinemas, diverse restaurant choices, beauty centers, spas, acupressure, children's play area, massage chairs, sleeping chairs are arranged everywhere, beds, children's changing rooms, free Wi-Fi, entertainment deck entertainment area, convenient shopping store, and extremely clean toilets. And with the automated lanes available for many passports, not just residents, and security checks at the gate, instead of the security chaos of most other airports, immigration here is also very efficient. Even many travelers have even revealed that they look forward to delaying their flights longer and more at Changi to enjoy the great services at this airport. You can even have your wedding at Changi Airport. With a spa, butterfly garden, and giant slide all accessible to the public, it'd be a ceremony to remember. Therefore, I can say Changi is wonderful. 16. The world's leading modern subway system. In Singapore, a country with quite expensive prices, owning a car is not easy. Therefore, Singapore has built a subway system that is considered the most efficient, cleanest, and deepest in the world. Tourists and residents here can use the metro system to go anywhere. And when traveling in Singapore, the subway is a convenient mode of transportation, offering a wealth of unique experiences in addition to financial savings. Despite only opening in 1987, Mass Rapid Transit, MRT, is Southeast Asia's oldest metro network, as well as its busiest. High land values in the densely packed city-state also made it the world's most expensive metro to build, with construction costs reaching $111.5 billion by 2021. Today, with more than 140 stations spread out across 6 MRT lines and more than 140-mile, 225-kilometer, of track. Fully automatic network is elevated, except for Bishan Station. Other stations in the MRT subway system are either surface stations or completely underground stations. Most underground stations are designed to be deep and sturdy enough to double as public air raid shelters. Like the city it serves, MRT is famous for being spotlessly clean and efficient. To keep it that way, smoking, drinking, and eating are banned at stations and on trains. And that includes the famously stinky durian fruit, a favorite of many locals. Singapore's mass rapid transit network carries over 3 million passengers every day, and especially, the system has a reputation for reliability, efficiency, and cleanliness. As the quickest and safest mode of transit that takes you everywhere in this country, the subway is a must-do experience for visitors to Singapore. Underground, the subway provides clean and comfortable spaces, making your travel experience enjoyable and comfortable. 17. One of the cleanest public toilets in the world. Have you ever thought about eating in a public restroom? Although it may not seem very appealing, it must be admitted that such a description is enough to describe the unbelievable cleanliness of public toilets in Singapore. The modern system inside the toilet with automatic devices, advanced air filtration system, and soothing sounds, along with the careful care of the cleaning staff, all create an impression, especially when entering a public restroom in this beautiful country. As far back as 1996, then Prime Minister Goh Chok Tong declared that the graciousness of a society could be measured by the cleanliness of its toilets. In 2001, to encourage people to keep public restrooms clean, Singapore launched a star rating program for public restrooms similar to hotel star ratings. Since then, Singapore has proposed to make November 19th as World Toilet Day. This idea was supported by 122 countries, and the World Toilet Organization was founded by a Singaporean entrepreneur, Jack Sim. The World Toilet Organization, WTO, and Restroom Association, RAS, was born to solve the world's sanitation crisis by providing the toilet is clean and safe for everyone. Every year, Singapore organizes awards for the best toilet cleaners. The Prime Minister will personally present the awards. Currently, toilet cleaners earn a monthly salary of about 1,800 Singapore dollars, $1,300 USD. Today's video ends here. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below to let me know if you liked this video. Please share the love and give it a thumb up, as well as hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.